Welcome to episode number 14 of Meet the GIMP. My name is Rolf Steinort and I'm recording this in Bremen, northern Germany. If you are following the image manipulation scene, then you will have noticed some weeks ago a video which hit YouTube about a new algorithm to resize images. It's called seam carving or liquid resize. It resizes images without any traces or with considerable less traces than all the other resizing algorithms. I'll put a link to this video into the show notes at meetthegimp.org. And if you go to 23hq.com and visit the photo group Meet the GIMP, then you'll find a discussion about this here and also links to other pages. I looked at that video and was very impressed. Nothing can be done with that. It's just an algorithm, forget about it. But now there's a plugin for the GIMP and it's working on Linux and on Windows. Sorry, not yet on the Macintosh platform. So I just had to install that thing and show it off here. And here's one of my results, the best one up to date. And just look at these images here. You see here on top four cows. These are two in front of some trees. Here there are 5 cows in front of the same trees. And here the cows are spaced out more, and here even more. Each of these images is convincing, and only this one here, the second one, this one, is the original. And I'll tell you how to do this in a minute. First you have to get the plugin. It's an easy download from a site which I also will link on the webpage Meet the GIMP in the show notes to this show here. Then it depends on your system how to install. I can't help you there a lot. I'm using Ubuntu and it was just a click on the package and it installed itself. And so you're up to your system and you'll find notes about that here. I know that there have been some issues with the Windows installer, but I have heard that it is worked out, and I know there are some issues with the release candidate 3. It seems not to run well under RC3. This is the image I want to start with. I have made a crop out of my picture and then resized it to 800 pixel width. This plugin is only a first shot at the target, and none of the math has been optimized, and I think it will be getting faster. Okay, I want to shrink this image here to 600 pixel width, but I want to retain the height of 504 pixels. I could do that by image, scale image, just unlink this here and say 600 pixels. Let's do that. And you see it works, but somehow these cows are not that convincing. They are a bit short. It could pass if someone doesn't look very good, but it's not a real cow. So I'm back now at my 800 pixel image, and when we look again at the cow, this has the right proportions. The liquid rescale algorithm promises to keep proportions of important parts of the image, and so let's look what it can do. It is hidden under layers and here liquid rescale. So I have selected the background here and I'm going to layer, liquid rescale, and here I'm getting the options dialog of the plugin. Here on top I can select the new width and the new height. And let's simply just do that with 600, and OK we go. I get some error messages here, but I found out they simply come from a misunderstanding between the display engine of the GIMP, and so you can simply forget about them. This has been rescaled, and again we have a bit short cows. So not the right way. Perhaps I'll save this here. Save as cows 600 lq.jpg, and we'll compare it with the result of simply scaling. Let's do that. I haven't tried that. You are just as far in the story as I am. So 600. Oh, sorry. Reset. 600 scale. And now I'm just opening this image here in a layer, additional layer. You see it. Now let's compare. Well, the plugin did a fairly good job. You see, this is simply compressed, simply scaled, and this is done with Liquid, with the new plugin. Let me give a bit opacity to that, and you see all the really important parts of the image have greater dimensions, and the empty parts of the image have been compressed. When you're interested how this algorithm works, the video shows it very good, and it's basically it's about searching a line from top to bottom with the least contrast in it, and assuming that if you cut that away it will not be seen. And so they are looking for, here in this example, for 200 lines, the 200 least important lines in the image, and just delete them. Just it's quite some math in the background, I think. Okay, let's go back to the original and try again something here. My original. And now I want to do even better and want to protect the cows. For that I need an empty layer, transparent layer, and want to keep it. Just name it keep. The name has to be recognizable for me and not for the machine. It's not important how you do it, how you name it. Now I select a white color and a brush. Let me take a brush with a edge here, and now I just paint over the cows, and I want to get rid of this cow here. I don't want to have it in the image later on, but I want to keep this cow here intact. I want to keep this cow. They should stay the same. If I paint with white, the information will be kept at all costs. If I paint with black, it's I think a quarter of the intensity. Gray is something between, and going down to full transparency is then going down to just ignore this stuff. And so now I have told the algorithm keep these parts of the image, and you can do what you want with the rest. But remember, I wanted to get this cow here, to lose that cow. And I just do another layer and call it lose. And here I paint white on top of this cow. Okay. Now again, no, first select the background layer. Now call layer, liquid rescale. Just do the same thing here, 600, and activate feature preservation. And here I select the layer keep, and here discard. Lose is already selected. Here are some advanced options, but I haven't tried them. You can choose different algorithms and so on. Okay, let's let the algorithm work. You can imagine how long it takes with a full-scale image. I have cut a bit of the waiting time out, but now let's look at this image here. The cows are still there, except this cow here is missing. And these cows have kept their look, their how do you say it? Their proportions. I think it's quite impressive. These trees are shrunken a bit, but they are still believable tree, and I could have protected them also. And all the stuff in between has been shrunk a bit. Not these details here, but the stuff in between, where only grass is or so. It's very impressive. And this cow has gone without a trace, and not even a shadow from the foot, like with Mr. Trotsky in the Stalinistic times, has been left over. One thing to learn about this: never trust a photograph that you haven't forged yourself. I have again loaded my original here, my 800 pixel original image, and now I want to make a panorama out of this. And again, I want to protect the cows. Losing a cow is not possible by enlarging the image. I'll try it. I'll show you the result here. Okay, I again add a layer named lose, and I add a layer named keep, both filled with transparency, saying just ignore me. And now I'm on the layer keep, and I say I want to keep this here, this, let's say this here. I don't know how good you have to paint over. I found out just going over with a broad brush is working fairly well. So now I say I want to lose this cow here, and select the background level, and we are set. I go to layer, liquid rescale, and say oh, let's go to the extremes, double my image. Preservation is keep, discard is lose, and go. I think I'll cut again a bit out of this here. The plugin has finished its work, and you see this was too much. Even the protection hadn't helped, and the cows have become a bit thicker here and a bit like stretch limousines here. But you see, this cow, which I had marked as discard to lose it, it is longer than this one here. So the image, the plugin did something about it, but not that much. But I think doubling an image without leaving a trace is quite a feat, so I'm not very disappointed. But let's do this with more moderate enlargement. Now I have protected all my cows, and I'm going to rescale this to 1200. Oh, sorry, I was on the wrong layer here. So, again, layer, liquid rescale. And now I'm going not to 1600 but to 1200. And I want to keep this, and discard I disable. And OK. Again I'll cut here, and here we are again with the rescaled image, and you see it looks quite good. The cows are very convincing, not enlarged, but the distance between the cows has grown, especially here. This looks quite well too, I think. Now let me try to enlarge this one again. Sorry, that was a stupid mistake. Control and Z gives me this back here. I have still protected the cows. Let's just paint a bit over here and here and here, and now I'm redoing the rescale, and now I'm going to 1600. Also, this I haven't tried out before, but I think if you do this here after in several steps, it will work better. And again, cutting, and here is the result. Still, the cows are intact. The landscape is spread even more. This still looks not too bad, and now I've got a panorama of 1600 by 500 and a bit. And I think I could do this a bit more before this looks too mushy. And it's an impressive tool if you have an image which has some place for putting these seams into it. I tried it with some pictures from the city, but there you know about the dimensions of things, and sometimes a seam runs down the drain pipe, and yeah, well, it looks very good. Well done, but a 1.50 meter diameter drain pipe running down a house is not that convincing. Okay, just try it out if you want to play a bit with the GIMP. I think it's really fascinating stuff what you can do with images and numbers. And I want to say thank you to the guys who implemented this so fast. We are well ahead here with the GIMP in front of Photoshop, and I think a lot of other image manipulation programs. So, well done, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put all the images used on the file server, and you'll find the link at meetthegimp.org. Leave me some comments. The mail address is info@meetthegimp.org, and you can use the comment system on the blog at meetthegimp.org, or you can go to the new photo group, and I'll show you how this looks today. Now, in the last show of Meet the GIMP, I did a triptych, and I challenged you to do yourself one. And I offered you a way to load them up at 23 I'm not on Flickr anymore, since they wanted to tell me what I am able to look at and or not. And I installed a photo group at 23 named meetthegimp.org. I had asked 23 to donate a bit, and they have done that. I have a prize to give away for the triptychs that are online. And I'll do that in 2 shows from now. One chosen by random. And when you look at this photo group, you can go directly to 23hq.com and search for the photo group Meet the GIMP. You'll see an impressive amount of images, 21 just at the moment, and you'll see start of conversations of a kind of forum, considering here UF-RAW and liquid resize and something about EXIF data, and here the announcement of the triptych challenge. So just come to the forum. Oh, again 2 people joined in the time I hadn't looked. Come to this photo group at 23. It's free. You can upload 30 images a month for free, and if you upload a triptych, you have a chance to be shown. You can be sure that your image is shown on the show, and you have a chance to get a free to get a paid account for 1 year. If you upload an image here to this photo group, you give me the right to show the image in the video podcast. I think it's quite obvious when you upload it that you want to show your work, but I put this in to get any misunderstandings out of the way. And I'll do nothing more with your images except showing and telling your name without asking you for permission. So this was it. I think next week I'll cover black and white if nothing else happened. And then I'll do a show about basic concepts again, because I'm starting to get mails about, yes, let's say basic questions, file formats, and so. If you haven't looked at episode 2, setting up the GIMP and basic usage is covered there, and you are not familiar with the GIMP, go to my website meetthegimp.org and just look for the old episodes. Number 2 covers setting up the GIMP, and number 1 covers basic usage. Okay, that was it for this week, and I had 995 subscribers this week, and I hope I can report next week to have broken through the 1000 barrier. Goodbye.
Photocastnetwork.com, your photography resource in the potosphere. Photocastnetwork.com